We gave you ample time so that you give us the background of everything. And there I think everyone is appreciating the narration from the person who was 100% involved. Let us now hear from our brother from Hazeria, Avram. Give us your story. We are not going to interrupt. And let us hear from you just the way we heard from Brother Rami.
Okay, thank you very much. And thank you, Rami. So I will, you was 4 years old and I was 11 years old. Didn't take part in the operation, but I became expert in this because I was the first one that built a museum for the MOSAD. So that's why I made different exhibitions, and one of them is about this great commando operation. I would like to start with Patricia Mertel. Patricia Mertel, she was a nurse that grew up in Manchester, and she came to Israel as a nurse. What we call she made Aliyah, she moved to Israel, and she worked in a hospital, and one day her boss told her, we have a special guest. This is the president of Uganda, and you are going to be his personal nurse. Now, 3 days before the plane hijacked from Athens, she got a bad news from Manchester. Her mother passed away. All the family waiting for her, and she must come immediately to Manchester. And she found a flight from Paris. So she decided to fly on Sunday with Air France. And we all know the end. She found herself in the hijacked plane, and she decided to injure herself and told the terrorist, I'm having a miscarriage and I must go now to a hospital. When they landed in Benghazi, Libya, I'm sure everybody remember that they landed in Libya to refuel the plane, and then they continue to Uganda. So they let her off the plane and she went to a hospital. Of course, she didn't have any problem, and they sent her the day after to London. And in London, in the airport, in Heathrow, Mossad agents, together with the MI6, the British Secret Service, questioned her, and they show her hundreds of pictures. And actually, she was the first source of information from inside the plane. And she told us that there is 4 terrorists, 2 Arabs, 2 Germans, men and women, and they got guns and hand grenades. If you see that they had a Kalashnikov, it's not true, because they bought with small guns. She was the first source of information. Now, I mentioned Paris. Paris was very important. And we have to remember that when we have a terror attack, like we are trying to negotiate with the terrorists, but it's a fake negotiation. We usually want to buy a time. But in this case, and Rami can tell you, this is the first time that Yitzhak Rabin, the Prime Minister of Israel, he decided that the life is more important than the terrorist in the prison. And he decided that the plan is to negotiate and release the terrorists from the different jails in Israel and other places. And the plan B, military operation. And at the beginning, and Rami will talk about it, at the beginning, the chief of staff didn't have a real operation, and he said, "I don't have any to offer you, Mr. Prime Minister." But slowly, they found a way to do it, and also the Israeli Air Force find a way how to land in a dark, because they knew that maybe in Uganda they will turn off the lights in the airport. And to cut a long story short, the operation became the Plan A, and we all know the end of the story. I would like to mention also something very, very important. A special agent that flew Kenya to Nairobi, and he hired a small plane, and he took a small Leica camera. You remember the old camera with the negative, with the film, and he flew to Uganda, and he spoke with the tower in Uganda, and he told them, I have with my angel, and I need emergency landing. And in the meantime, he made almost 100 pictures, aerial pictures of all the area. And when he landed back in Nairobi, the MOSAD sent this film, actually, not pictures, the negative. They sent the negatives with a special plan to Israel. They developed the picture, and the minister of Israel, when he saw the pictures and he saw the airport in Entebbe, and he found out that there is no anti-missiles, there is a connection between the old and the new terminal. And he found out that we can send the planes and they can land. And he decided to approve the operation. In the meantime, a Mossad agent took a jeep and he came to the airport, and in the last minute, he gave pictures to the last C-130 that was ready to take off to Uganda, and all the planes landed in Sinai in Sharm el-Sheikh, and they flew the planes, and they got some time to, for the first time, and Rami can tell you that he saw these pictures that the Mossad brought, and now we see one of the pictures, by the way, and he saw the pictures for the first time in Sharm el-Sheikh in the middle way. And this picture helped very much the special elite forces, the commando unit, to this operation, the rescue of the hostages, less than a minute, because they could see the whole area. And I would like to apologize that the special unit also destroyed all the MiG, the jets that belong to the Ugandan Air Force, because it was a problem that you can fly back with your C-130 with the Hercules, but the Ugandan army can come with the MiGs and can destroy our jets. And if you go to the old terminal, I believe that not far away from there you will find some of the destroyed MiGs. So we are talking about Mossad that worked outside Israel, and this is the most important agency that worked not inside Israel, works outside Israel.